Ryan Covert here, Top Shelf Butler News. I'm out here in Slippery Rock at the fire station, and I'm going to talk to Scott Presler here. One second. Okay, I'm going to turn this around.
Did you connect with John? Thank you. Can you hear his number? I got no.
1 second here. Like I said, Ryan Covert here, Slippery Rock Fire Hall, talking to Scott Presler.
That meeting with you, when you came in here, it triggered a lot of us.
Somebody stepped in and talked to him real quick, so just give me 1 second.
Back of my head, think about what you said.
We're going to do a quick interview with Scott Presler, is what we're waiting on here.
Just take our energy and let's do something. Because everybody's like, we can channel it, we can pray, we can Facebook, we can do. I said, you know what? Get off our asses. When God, when he said Noah built the ark, he didn't say, here's an ark.
So we're going to do an interview with Scott Presler. I'm going to turn this around. He's got some people talking to him, but then we're going to get into it. So.
When you do it, you'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it, and you'll work even harder.
Listen, I'm tired, so I get crazy and stupid.
I love it. I love it.
He does too.
I know. She deals with me.
I get extra. Well, are you going too?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yes.
I hope that you guys immediately. Okay.
Okay, Scott.
Thank you for coming.
Ryan Covert, Top Shelf Butler News. I appreciate you taking time to talk to me. So, for the people at home that don't know who Scott Presler is, how would you describe yourself to them, and what is your mission? Like, what brings you to Slippery Rock today?
Well, hello everybody. My name is Scott Presler. For those of you who don't know me, I graduated from college, couldn't find a job, so I started walking dogs for a living. President Obama inspired me because I thought to myself, I can sit at home and whine and complain that he's president, or I can do something. So after his election, and while being a dog walker, I told myself, Scott, you're going to get a job in politics. I moved down to Texas. I helped elect Governor Greg Abbott. I spent 2 years of my life after that helping to defeat Hillary Clinton. And I spent the last 4 years traveling the country, registering voters, going into cities, cleaning them up, but most importantly, doing something. Not just talking, but walking. And now I'm here in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, because I have clear eyes and I have vision. That I'm not just going to complain about the 2020 election. I'm not just going to whine about the election. But I'm going to talk about the problem, which is election integrity, and most importantly, come up with solutions. So that means that you at home, please, especially if you live in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, Florida, Ohio, I want you to call your legislators and let them know that election integrity is important to you and that they need to either sponsor or co-sponsor legislation to make sure that we have fair and free elections. And in 2022, you hear me loud and clear. We are going to primary, repeal, and replace establishment Republicans with true conservatives. And we're going to flip the governorships in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And then we're going to provide for election integrity reform to prepare for the 2024 election. And what I'm doing here, and I'm going to be teaching across the country, is we are going to teach people how to run for office. Not just at the federal level, but at the state and local level. Let's take over from the bottom up. School board, city council, mayor, state rep, state senate. So if you want to get active, if you want to get involved, I'm on Telegram, t.me/Scott Presler. There's only one S in Presler. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gab. Everything is Scott Presler. And if you would like me to come to your city, I do not charge a speaking fee. I only ask that you cover my travel and provide me a place to stay. And if that means that I have to cuddle with animals, I will do that too. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you what I'm working on. And please, guys, don't give up. Do something, run for office, register voters, lobby your legislators, and don't reward the Democrats. Let's get our people in 2022.
So you feel some of the most important, offices out there at the local level, and that's kind of how you kind of take the country back. Is
from the bottom up.
From the bottom up.
Because think about it. Look at COVID. How did they shut us down? The mayors,
right,
the city council members, imposing these rules and regulations. But if we are in those positions of power, we can say, no, I'm not going to stand for these unconstitutional measures. And that's why we need to take over the sheriffs too, because the sheriffs very much in our government, you have the legislature, you have the judicial, and you have the executive. The sheriffs are the executive or the enforcers. If we have sheriffs in those positions, we can make sure that they are not enforcing unconstitutional laws and regulations against us. It all comes down to state and local level.
I would say judges are a big part of that too, because it seems like judges have most of the power, more than the congressmen and everything. Like, they seem to have the final say on anything that happens. So, I mean, that could be pretty dangerous for the wrong judges to be elected. The 10-year terms, once they're in, you never seem to be able to get them out. So,
absolutely. So organizing at the local level, and I know that we in 2021, I think here in Pennsylvania, we have a Supreme Court justice vacancy that we need to fill. So this is our opportunity. Get involved at home. Join your local Republican Party, take it over, become a precinct chair, become a committee man or committee woman. But if you don't get involved and if you are not a part of the system, you are not able to change the system. So I'm asking you to become, for the time being, a cog in the machine so you can change the machine.
So how do you feel about the progress that you're making and the attendance you're getting at your talks? Like, do you feel like your mission and your vision is getting across to the people?
Well, a couple days ago, I was in Williamsburg, Virginia, packed event, and was teaching those people about voter registration and organizing, and they definitely found it useful and are going to start getting ready for the statewide November elections in Virginia this November. And here we are in Slippery Rock, and I'd say that we had 65 to 70 people. But the most important thing that I'm proud of is all of the people in here. We had several that said they are running for mayor. They are considering to run for the state legislature. And so empowering them with the tools so they can be successful, I think already shows that we are having success.
What do you feel is next for Scott Presler? Do you feel like there's ever a chance that you may run for office yourself, or?
Well, number one, President Trump, if you are watching, I will help you in your mission to replace and repeal these rhino establishment Republicans. Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Brian Kent, Raffensperger, Duncan in Georgia, Marco Rubio, all of these establishment Republicans at least deserve democratically primary opponents so we can hold them accountable and make sure that we are electing true conservatives into office. And President Trump, I will help you. What's next for Scott Presler? I'm going to use my platform. I'm going to use the education that I have to help uplift others, get them to run for office. We're going to hopefully win the Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin governorships. We're going to pass election integrity reform at the state level, and we're going to win 2024. And I have one thing to say to any presidential contenders. If you are running for office or hoping to run for office, then if you turn on President Trump or if you waffle on your support for President Trump, then we will not be supporting you.
What do you feel like the most important thing for young people that are looking to get involved in politics? What do you think is the best way for them to start? And, would you say it's worth it in the end?
Yes, it changed my life.
Yeah?
I wouldn't be where I am today had I not told myself, Scott, you're getting a job in politics. But I immediately did something, and I did research, and I found candidates across the country that I could see myself working for that had my values and principles. And within 3 days of applying to Texas, they called me back and said, Scott, how soon can you move here to Texas? I moved 2 weeks, didn't know a soul, packed everything into my car, moved to a whole new place, but it was the best career decision and best moment that I could have done for myself by taking a risk.
Only those that dare to lose can ever win, right?
That's right.
Anything else you got to say?
t.me/Scott Presler, that's my Telegram, Twitter @Scott Presler, Facebook, Instagram, Gab. I'm on everything, and don't give up, stay in the fight, and 2022 is our year.
All right, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it.
We good?
Yeah.
We not live?
So that was Ryan Covert there, Top Shelf Butler News, talking to Scott Presler. Please, like and share my page. I appreciate everybody tuning in to watch. So Ryan Covert, Slippery Rock Fire, all talking to Scott Presler. Thank you. Have a good day.